Is that a violation of the Sunshine Law?
Records obtained by News 5 revealed that it is. Water is on both sides of this walkway. This section continues to shift down the hill. All of this water surrounding me is coming from Lick Creek right over there. Right now, the city's getting a certain amount of taxes from this property, but if someone were to develop it, they would get more tax dollars. They wouldn't get very far. His camera software would record them automatically. You see this massive pile of mud and debris. This is all that remains of the Lunsford family home. The new law increases that threshold to $1,500. NetTrans has about 75 vehicles on the road, but with about 900 trips each day, it's simply not enough. Whoopi says she finds new trash here every single day. The situation has really intensified in the past several minutes. As she looked outside, she saw massive amounts of water and debris rushing down the street. It took out this fence and then ran under her house. Parents are even ordering their players' faces on signs. These students would have never thought that such a crazy idea could win a national contest. The problem? These minutes were for a budget that was later rejected.
Not me.
Carter County Mayor Rusty Barnett says he did nothing wrong when he and at least 2 commissioners met with a developer behind closed doors.
Who all was there?
You saw who was there.
At least one commissioner disagrees.
I knew nothing about it, and it should have been advertised.
We waited outside the meeting for an hour. Commissioners left out separate doors and evaded our camera after their meeting concerning a new resort planned at Watauga Lake.
Is that a violation of the Sunshine Law?
No, it is not. You can call Josh Harden, the attorney.
I was not in that meeting.
But our camera captured Commissioner Sandra Culler at the table.
There was no meeting. We weren't making any decisions. That's the Sunshine Law.
Tennessee law states public business must be done in public, not in secret. Planning Director Chris Schutler was in the meeting despite a county commission vote to remove him from project management duties. This comes amidst months of back and forth between the Planning Commission and the county regarding a request to increase Schutler's pay nearly $15,000.
The Budget Committee dealt with this many times. It was defeated many times. And that's exactly why they probably did not come through budget again. They saw that that was not going to happen.
Instead, Planning Commission Chair Jerry Pearman sent a letter directly to the county's finance director asking for a $15,000 bonus check.
The Planning Commission did not authorize that letter. I didn't see that letter. I was not a part of that letter, and I sit on the Planning Commission.
Finance Director Brad Burke says that check is already in Schutler's account. The county is asking for it back.
When I started pondering on it some more, I realized I shouldn't have written that check.
In Carter County, Caleb Perhne, News 5 WCYB. In the years since a fire and explosion at Holston Army Ammunition Plant, News 5 has repeatedly asked for answers on what caused it. Representatives for BAE Systems, which runs the plant, are still giving no answers. Statement after statement from them very similar, saying the incident is still under investigation.
What do you think of that?
Well, I think they just kind of want to bury it under the rug and not discuss it with the public.
In April, the Army said explosives caught fire, but said nothing about why or how.
The whole house just shook, and I heard a loud boom, and we had no idea what was happening.
Many of the houses in this neighborhood were built just feet from the plant. One neighbor told me he was outside when the explosion happened and he felt the ground beneath him shake.
I talked to a couple of guys that were working on garage doors across the street, and they said the concussion of the blast pushed the doors in, almost pushed him off the ladder, and then they went back out.
Records obtained by News 5 reveal OSHA issued BAE Systems 6 serious safety violations following an inspection the day after the fire. BAE is contesting penalties amounting to more than $70,000. Parts of the plant were back to normal 3 weeks after the fire, with most operations resuming in April. No serious injuries, but still no answers for residents.
We have the right as homeowners to know what's happening in our backyard.
In Kingsport, Caleb Perhne, News 5 WCYB. We're sitting here on the western side of Johnson City on Todd Drive, and we are looking at a large amount of water in the middle of the street and in people's yards. And really, it's been the same situation all across the region today. We were actually there as some people were evacuated from their homes. People rescued from their homes in rafts in this Johnson City neighborhood. Floodwaters trapping people in their homes, submerging vehicles.
As far as any creeks and stuff, no, this is all just rainwater that's washing off because we're down in the bowl.
The water is just feet from Emily Price's home as she prepares to get out before it's too late.
And I'm gone. I'm not going to let it get to where they're having to take me out in a boat.
In Hawkins County, roads turned into rivers as people moved their vehicles to higher ground. This church is surrounded on all sides by rushing water. People had to step in to save farm animals.
The goats are up in the loft, and the babies, he had to take them up here because they would be floating off by now.
It's normally a serene walk beside Buffalo Creek here at Millikan College, but now it's nearly a river. The water is on both sides of this walkway, and the water wheel nearly submerged. Toll Ranch Road behind the college is covered in water and debris. The bridge nowhere to be found. Students are shocked.
I was told that this part of the campus was flooded, and I was like, I don't believe you.
In the Dry Creek community of Washington County, Tennessee, it's deja vu. Most homes were rebuilt after a devastating flood just 4 years ago. Debbie Higgins is worried as she watches water surround her parents' home.
I tried to get them to come to my house and they won't leave, so me and my husband just keep coming over and going back and forth through the water, taking them whatever they need.